Movements and methodologies in teaching language.
Hello everyone, I'm Soser, and I was born on the 26th of November of 1857. I am from Switzerland. I consider myself as the founder of the structural linguistic. In the 20th century, this structural linguistic was the beginning of the modern language learning process. The structural language consists in having many elements of a language which are important to put in order to get a whole language structure. These elements are mainly based in form. The series method was founded around 1900s and it was created by Francois Boin. This method consists in teaching the language through a native speaker. The native speaker is going to speak directly with the students with no translations, but using gestures and mimics. He or she can repeat connected sentences which are going to form structures which could be learned by students. The elements taught are going to be into a context, so in this way it's very easy to learn the elements for our students. This process is going to be repeated till our students reach the success in the language we are teaching. The series method has a close relationship with the process ability theory, which says, in general terms, that the language is learned by steps which take you to the success.
The direct method was founded by Henry Sweet. This theory is based on to teach focusing only in the target language, so all instructions in the classroom are ordered in L2 without translations. The main characteristic of this method is to make the learner think in the target language in the same way as his or her mother tongue, to take the student learning in the most natural manner. Grammar is taught in an inductive approach and it's focused on speaking. The direct method is related to cognitive developmental perspective and the noticing hypothesis. The audiolingual method is based on focus in the training of the acquisition of oral comprehension skills and the ability to reproduce speech symbols. It's not based on understanding simple words. The repetition of the process is very important in this method, so the learners have to repeat throughout dialogues and to speak until they have succeeded. The main goal is to master the language as native speakers in a mechanical way. The audiolingual method is related to behaviorism.
The Silent Way. The methodology Silent Way was designed by Caleb Cateno. Its objective is guiding the process of learning. Teacher takes the role of guide in the process, staying silent. Students are responsible for their own learning. By that is essential the interaction with the partners. The materials that are used in this method are the color charts for the vocabulary, English charts, and the color chart for the phonetic. Is related with the cognitive perspective developmental. Communicative language learning. In this methodology, the teacher is only the learning guide. The process of learning through this method is based on communication and interaction. By this, the learning is carried out working in groups in different contexts. By the interaction, pupils build perfect grammatical structures and a correct pronunciation. The resources that are used are translation, transcriptions, and recording. It is related to the interaction hypothesis.
Suggestopedia. Suggestopedia was originally developed by the Bulgarian educator Georgy Lozanov. This method was born with the intention of exploring all the possibilities of the human brain with the goal of increasing the mental ability and the memory. All of this would be possible with the simulation of the two hemispheres of the brain. Georgy made it with elements like music to learn a second language in a fast and a funny way, making the learning easier to the pupils. The Suggestopedia is related to the interaction hypothesis. Total physical response. Total Physical Response, or TPR, is a language teaching method developed by James Asher. In this approach, the teachers are responsible of giving orders and play the actions that the students are going to listen and imitate. Total Physical Response is related to the cognitive and developmental perspective.
The natural approach method was founded by Stephen Krashen and Tracy Terrell. It is based on the language acquisition theory developed by Krashen. This methodology is based on the principle of naturalistic language learning in young children. The native language should not be used in the classroom. It is not based in grammar. It is based on communication, and it is focused on comprehensible and meaningful practice activities instead of production of grammatical sentences. The natural approach is related to the sociocultural perspective. Focus on form method is a good method for problem in comprehension and production. It is based on the analytical approach of formal elements of language, and this method speeds up the natural processes of language acquisition. There are many ways of focusing on form, like hypothesis formulation and testing, metaphor, or typography. For example, manipulation of italics, bolding, underlining, or coloring.